Allegorical cats, metaphorical cats, statistical cats, and mystical cats, political cats, hypocritical cats, clerical cats, hysterical cats, cynical cats, rabbinical cats.
So did you buy that too? You ended up buying that CD when you were a kid too?
I ended up buying every album I could ever. Became obsessed with theater.
Wow. So you're out there listening to nothing but CDs because you've only seen one show. How do you get from Ringo? Do you go to college?
I did go to college. Well, from there, every Christmas after that year, I asked for one thing all year long. I didn't ask for a birthday gift, didn't ask for a car, didn't ask for clothes. I asked for a trip to New York to see at least 3 Broadway shows every Christmas. And my parents gave me that every Christmas.
Every Christmas you got to see 3 Broadway shows.
And I did, and I saw the original cast of Rent, and I saw Sunset Boulevard, and I saw, like, you know, just so many things that, like, I was in love with, that I would go to New York and I'd cry all the way home because I knew I belonged there. And didn't even know if I was any good because no one did musicals where I was from. But so I did them in my bedroom.
So you didn't do musicals in high school or anything?
No, there was none of that. Yeah, I mean, we had the drama club and we did one-act plays. But my senior year in high school, I had become very serious about this. And my drama teacher, we did have a drama teacher, she raised the money to do Brigadoon, and I played Tommy Albright.
All right.
And 2 days before we opened, on my 18th birthday surprise party, get a look at this, folks. I don't know if you can see it. I ripped my knee open, had 27 stitches. On my farm. We were playing hide and go seek on the farm, and I fell, ripped my knee open, ran, made it to base, then looked down and I could see my kneecap. And I went. And my parents were like, y'all stay and enjoy the cake. We're going to take him to the hospital. We'll be back. 2 days later, Tommy Albright was an injured soldier.
Nice.
But I did it. Yeah, and then I came to New York and went to AMDA, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, and I loved every moment of it.
All right.
For all you AMDA haters?
No, I have 2 friends who went to AMDA and loved it and have done very well. So
if you go there and you work hard, you do well.
I think
if you're talented.
I do believe that is that's something you can say for all colleges.
I agree.
You know, if you go there and you do your best to get what you can out of it, you'll be successful. If you go there and, you know, already find something to hate on and then, you know, just hate for the rest of the year.
Well, most of the people that hate on it are people that dropped out and people that aren't really cut out for the business or didn't really have the talent or weren't able to take criticism. Who likes it? Nobody does.
But so you go to AMDA and you're there for 2 years, right?
A year and a half.
Yeah. And you get a certificate?
I have a certificate.
And then, okay, what was your best audition song at AMDA?
Oh, God. Well, I got the 11 o'clock spot in my final demo, which was, and I sang "Being Alive."
From Company.
From Company.
All right. So you go from
Bobby.
So you go from seeing Les Mis to loving Andrew Lloyd Webber to ending out your time at AMDA singing Sondheim. I mean, you can't really get better than that.
Meanwhile, singing Tomorrow and Maybe from Annie, because I will play that part one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, we should start a petition. That when Annie comes back to Broadway, we need one night, one fundraiser night. We can do it for Broadway Cares, whatever you want, where Brad Bass plays Annie.
Oh my God!
I have no idea money to see that.
You have no idea. I'll even play Pepper. I'll play, but I want to understudy her at least.
Okay.
Can you give us a sample audition?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Tomorrow, of course.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. There'll. That they sing there'll be sun,
I know.
But the word is there'll. Guess it's not a pretty word to sing. That was just a hint of the genius that could be coming your way. And I will end it like this.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, please write in. That's got to happen sometime in the near.
Even if it's just a fun night of goodness, I want to play Annie.
So you finished with AMDA, and now you're here in New York. Now what happens?
Well, AMDA was here in New York, and I got my first job before I graduated, and it was the first job I got was Norwegian Cruise Lines, and it was to do the Hey Mr. Producer thing on there, which was so exciting because I got cast in the Marius track, and I was going to be able to sing Marius and Les Mis. And then they told me how much money I was making, and me, who's never had a job in his life, was like, no. I know someone on that ship getting $800 a week. I want $800 a week. And they were like, we can only offer you $450, and I was like, then no thank you. But then I got a job doing my first regional gig at the Gateway Playhouse.
Yes.
And the very first show I ever did professionally was the best little whorehouse in Texas.
What did you play?
Meanwhile, to go back, when I told my mom, I'll never forget, I went into the kitchen. My mama was cooking. I said, Mama, I know what I want to do for the rest of my life. And she said, what, son? And I said, I want to be on Broadway. And she went, oh, son, all those people are drug addicts and prostitutes. That's what my mom said. And then I get my first job, and I'm like, I'm doing the best little whore now.
She was like, oh no, son, why?
And that show was unbelievable.
I love that show.
Blast.
That show is so much fun.
I learned more.
You were football players, or who'd you play?
Oh, of course. We're gonna walk and stomp. Yeah, I was a football player. And a cowboy and all that. And it was awesome. I did a season of shows at Gateway that year, and then went on tour with the Will Rogers Follies.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Give a man enough rope.
So you was a nationwide tour?
It was mostly, it was through Gateway, so, or, I don't know what it was called, Candlewood. It was mostly up and down the East Coast.
Okay. So you do that, and you come back, and
then I was like, I need some time off, literally. It was like, oh, God, 6 months of working, I just have to stop. So I did. I just took time off and temped and did things like that, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to go audition again, and then started working.
And what was the gig after that? Do you remember?
I got cast in Anything Goes in South Carolina.
Okay.
With my friend Robin. Robin did the whole season with me at Gateway. We've done, I think, 11 shows together professionally. Isn't that crazy?
That's
just
awesome.
randomly.
Yeah.
Most recently, we did White Christmas in Texas, and I was really chubby, and it was difficult.
Because when I met you, you weren't chubby at all. I met Brad in La Jolla when we met from Memphis.
But from La Jolla, I did La Jolla, Memphis. Then I went and did White Christmas. Then I went and did Seattle. I like Balloon. And then, they were like, we think you're great, but we really need you to drop some weight. And I was like, oh, what are you talking? I'm the same. No, June was busting out all over, folks.
June is busting out all over. It's funny.
Yeah.
So you finish up with this other. What was it? You did the boat. You didn't do the boat. And you
didn't do the boat.
Show. And then you, after Gateway, you do the tour.
Mm-hmm.
And so you come back here. So when does Broadway kick in?
I got offered my equity card that first season at Gateway, but
yeah.
I had said I had decided for myself long ago that I was only going to compete with me. I'm not going to compare myself to other people because I have a hard enough time trying to love myself and believe I'm good. So that's who I compete with in this business. I mean, I'm always like, they have nice hair. I wish I had more hair, stuff like that. But I decided that, and then, but what I made a decision. I denied the equity card because I said I want to play roles, non-equity. So when I get my equity card, I will have had roles on my resume, and that's what I wanted to do. Or I wanted to get cast in a show where they were like, you have to take this card to be in the show. And I was like, and that's what happened. I did a play, the world premiere of a play in Boston, a straight play. I enjoy straight plays as well.
Same here. What was the play?
The Sweepers.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was amazing. At the Stoneham Theatre in Boston. And I had to play an Italian Bostonian. And I'm about as country hick as they come. And I worked so hard on that accent. I mean, night and day was like, around Harvard Yard, ma! Like, constantly. And one of the reviews said, it's so nice to see an authentic Bostonian playing this part. And I was like, well, then I did my job. My first role I played, though, ever was Jesus in Godspell.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's funny is when you guys come in, if you guys come and see the show, sometimes Brad is also the understudy for one of our actors named John Jellison, who we'll be interviewing soon. And John Jellison
this
plays...
is the last episode. The finale.
Thanks. John Jellison plays many different of the older straight roles. And Brad has to jump in. And before Memphis even made it to Broadway, there was a Dick Clark-like character that Brad played.
Hello, America!
And it's so funny to hear this country boy without the accent. And I told you one day backstage, I was like, it's a little scary to watch you do it because it sounds so good. Because you don't sound like you at all.
I know, but see, that's what I fear is that I won't be legitimately like believable. But I know I am, but it's hard. I'm just naturally country. When I did Wiccan, was playing Fierro, that I got the note all the time. Fierro is not from the south of Oz.
Stop everything.